Hey guys! So, I decided to make another quick video just because I decided to start counting stuff that happens in the series. And so I don't want to miss out on episode 1, so this video is going to be really short and I'm just going to go through the episode and count. I asked everyone on Tumblr what they would like for me to count, as well as including the list of things that I was already going to count. And I have a pretty long list here, but hopefully not all of these things will appear in one episode, so this will be relatively short after I explain what I'm counting. So I had requests and I was already planning on counting these things, so here we go. I'm reading the list. We have my sons. How many times Splinter says my sons? How many times Mikey mentions he is the Battle Nexus champion, which won't come until later. Dawn's sass. I'm just going to count how many times Dawn has a sassy response to something. I'm going to count how many times someone says shell in replacement of a curse word like hell or shit. When we get to Casey, I'm going to count how many Goongalas there are. I'm going to be counting how many times Dawn has something or Dawn does something that ends up saving the day, because, as we all know, without Dawn's brilliant mind, they probably wouldn't get very far. I'm going to count how many times someone says crud in the series. If you're familiar with 2003, then you know it's mostly Hun that says that stuff, but I'm pretty sure Raph says it at least once, so I'm just going to count how many times anyone says crud. I'm going to count how many times Raph or someone else mentions how much Raph loves to fight. I'm going to count how many girly screams there are in the entire series from Michelangelo. I'm going to count how many times Baxter Stockman decides to stroke his own ego. I'm going to count how many times each character does an introduction. I'm also going to count how many times Honor and Bushido are mentioned in the series. I'm pretty sure Usagi and someone in Raph mentions it a couple times. I'm going to count how many times Mikey is abused by his brothers, family, friends. I'm going to count how many references there are to pop culture, and I'm combining this with phrases because there aren't very many, so however many times there is a pop culture reference or some kind of odd phrase that you don't really hear anyone say anymore. I'm going to count how many scenes there are where the guys are training with Splinter. I'm going to count how many lessons Splinter gives, like when he pulls them aside and starts talking to them, gives them this big lesson or some strange metaphor that's kind of hard to understand, something along those lines. It's just going to be Splinter lessons. I'm going to count how many times, pretty sure it's just Raph that says this, how many times Turtle Luck is mentioned. And I'm also going to count how many times they lose their lair. This one won't come up very often. It's still something that I'm interested in, so I'm counting it. So I'm just going to go through and tell you how many times something happened in this episode. So this episode, your introduction is from Leo, so that's count 1 for Leo on the intro.
My name is Leonardo.
You get 1 training scene in this episode.
Now, can you extinguish this flame?
Mikey is abused 6 times in this episode, mostly from Raph.
It's Junction, near South Point.
Did he mention me?
Come on!
Hey, Raph! Welcome back, bro! Cowabunga! Ow!
Raph mentions Turtle Luck in this episode when the truck pulls over the manhole cover that they're trying to go down.
Great. Just great. The old Turtle Luck working true to form.
Splinter kind of gives a little lesson. It's one of his speeches that he gives his sons. You must not be seen by the outside world.
Your path in life will not be an easy one.
Splinter says my sons about 5 times in this episode.
My sons. My sons. Well, I'm glad to see you too, my sons. Follow me, my sons. You see, my sons, change is good.
Dawn saves the day twice in this episode, which is a nice little go Dawn.
This one's all mine. Time to switch to plan B. Donatello? Almost there, Leo. This bus now leaving for anywhere but here!
And of course, the guys lose their lair in this episode.
Whatever those mechanical menaces are, they have managed to eat through the support structure of our home. We must leave right away.
Thankfully, they find a second home. I hope this was relatively short. It's simply shorter than the last video. My future videos will also hopefully be shorter. It's just there was so much to focus on in the first episode, I wasn't exactly sure which parts to focus on. Second episode that's coming up this weekend, I will be sure to make not 18 minutes long. If you like these videos, if you're interested in the series, please feel free to subscribe to my channel. And if you're seeing this on YouTube, you didn't see it on my Tumblr, then feel free to go follow my Tumblr, shellheaded.tumblr.com. And that's about it for this episode, just a little mini count thing. I'll probably do this midway through the week for each episode, so I don't include it within my review going over my discussions. Thanks for watching.
I hope there are more of those guys. I'm just getting warmed up.